Ready Check Radio.
Stand by as we get ready to serve up all your news this week in the world of gaming. Welcome to Gaming Gumbo. Hello, Internet, and welcome once again to Gaming Gumbo Ready Check Radio's weekly gaming wrap-up. We had last week off, but we are back this week. I'm Mike Byrne, your host, as always. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, head on over to ReadyCheckRadio.com. Do it right now, please. We appreciate it. Upper right-hand corner, you'll have all the socials, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. Click subscribe, click follow, click notifications, turn them on, tell your friends. If you like what we do here and you want to see more of it, whether it's this show, whether it's the Relic Grind for Final Fantasy XIV or Square Enix or any of our streaming, it's the easiest and fastest way to support us, and it's absolutely free. But yeah, it's Saturday, 7 p.m. We're doing it live. Hello, chat. They're with us. Discord being a little bit of a butt, so if as we go you see like us blipping and forcing Discord to unfreeze some cameras, bear with us. I can't really do much about Discord, but yeah. We got a lot to go through, so let's introduce the co-host, Mr. Jason Winter. You are looking stoic and regal as ever, sir.
You know, I know this is the wrong show, but I gotta give a double to burritos. Just burritos.
Ooh. Yeah, well, I guess it's fair. We did not do an Always Online podcast yesterday on MMO Bomb. We will do that next Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/MMO Bomb. But you were out of town, so we just kind of let everybody chill for this week, take the week off. But why to burritos?
Just because I had one today and it's good. Burritos are good.
Okay.
There's more to that. It's simple.
You are a simple man that enjoys simple pleasures. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Another man that enjoys simple pleasures like curry. It's Yod, resident artist of Ready Check Radio. What's up, sir?
Hey, not bad. Yeah, curries are good. Now the burritos. Are we talking California style burritos or standard burritos?
Oh, we can't do this. We got in trouble. Like chat last time was like, that's not Chicago pizza. That's not New York pizza. We're not allowed to.
There is a difference.
Yeah. We're not allowed to put.
No, there isn't. Only if you're one. As I said, I'm a simple man. A burrito's a burrito. Damn it.
So a standard burrito, not the one with everything under the sun in it, like at Chipotle.
Chipotle is not a burrito.
That's a California style burrito.
That is not a burrito.
That's what it is, though. It's a California style burrito.
That is not a burrito.
I was trying to be nice and pleasant. You guys are just ruining everything. Because I ate Chipotle today, in fact, as it turned out, and that's what I was complimenting. But
okay,
you guys hate everything I like.
Okay, but I like it, but it's not a burrito. No. That is, hey, you don't feel like using a fork? Here you go. It's not. It's not a burrito.
What is wrong?
Does it have refried beans? Then it's not a burrito.
It could have, but I don't like beans in my burrito.
Well, then you don't eat burritos.
Burritos are beans, rice, and meat.
Why?
Because that's a simple burrito.
Well, I mean, he had the meat, and I would assume you had the meat and the rice, right? Most
I'm not going to tell you if I had rice.
Most of Chipotle's thing. Because it's not a burrito. Did you have refried beans? No.
I'm not going to tell you what I put in my burrito. All I want to tell you is I had a damn burrito.
I don't think I'm somewhat dubious now. I don't think it was a burrito. I don't think said burrito qualifies as a burrito.
I don't know.
I don't even know if I want to do a show anymore. I am so angry right now.
I think that's a burrito, but it's a California style burrito. There's a
God, don't put regions on stuff.
Hey, all food is regional.
Welcome to Burrito Gumbo. your all burritos all the time podcast. We don't redeem lose the glasses during the show. We've established that rule after a few catastrophes. So Havoc, I will reward those points back to you.
I don't know about
channel
I'm
points
losing my
after
religion.
the show. After the show. Anyway, what were we supposed to talk about? So
speaking of California.
Yeah, speaking of California, nice segue, Jason.
Yeah.
So you know how Blizzard's kind of getting rocked from all angles, right? And deservedly so. But, you know, we decided collectively that this wasn't complex enough. with the EEOC trying to do a settlement with Blizzard, and the DFEH in California going after Blizzard, and the SEC investigating Blizzard. We just decided collectively this was not complicated enough. So here's what we were going to do. How about if we had the EEOC and the DFEH also fight each other? Because that appears to be where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, the EEOC tried to settle with Blizzard for $18 million, a paltry amount, not even a day's worth of revenue for that company. For their claims, the DFEH, we talked about on this show, was pushing back on that settlement, fearing that it would interfere with the ability of their investigation with people settling for money. Well, the EEOC turned around and said, hey, you know what? Two people in leading positions of the DFEH's lawsuit actually used to work for the EEOC and were part of the Activision Blizzard investigation that the EEOC did. And you know what? The filing for you to push back on our settlement was done so fast that even, yes, we know you sought outside counsel, but your filing was done within hours, so we don't necessarily believe that those two people were excluded from that filing the way they should have been, gentlemen, because you cannot be part of an investigation and part of a filing against somebody, then switch jobs and oppose that same investigation and filing that you were part of building. This violates all kinds of ethics and puts you in conflict of interest, and particularly in the state of California. And it didn't hurt that the EEOC alleges when they were on a conference call and brought this up to these two lawyers that they just disconnected from the call, Jason. It just... Peace. I'm out.
This thing is like an onion because it's got layers and it makes me cry.
This thing makes me want to drink.
It's
lot.
absolutely a mess. The EEOC claims there can be no claim that there was timely isolation of these lawyers from any participation in representing the DFEH in connection with the intervention proceedings, as would be necessary to show that timely screening took place. Thus, all DFEH attorneys were and should remain barred from representing the DFEH in this matter. And you know who's probably like, this is cool?
Oh, yeah.
Blizzard.
I wonder. Yeah.
Blizzard, Yod.
Yeah. You don't say. Oh.
What a mess.
It is.
But hey, if you want to go work for them, apparently they're, probably working on an open world RPG, FPS.
Something like that.
Yeah. Was
that what Titan was supposed to be?
Yeah, I think so, wasn't it? I think this one, they're billing
Project
other news outlets. We covered it generically and didn't put like a clickbaity title on it on MMO Bomb, but other outlets are, and they're saying, like a Fallout RPG, whatever. If you want to go work for them, great, but good Lord. Hey, I know, Yod, you're an FF14 fan, and if you want to see everything we had to say about the media tour, the embargo just fell this past week. That is everything we did on the Relic Grind on Thursday. That's available on both YouTube and ReadyCheckRadio.com. You can also check out the audio-only version on our Spotify channel. Go give it a follow, feed those algorithms for all this. Hey, thank you. But I don't want to get, bogged down in 14 on this show, but I'm sure both of you had some initial thoughts on some of the stuff revealed in the media tour. So I figured I'd give you a minute or two to kind of express your thoughts. What'd you think sitting back, looking at all the information, Yod?
That was a lot of information.
Oh,
and there was quite a bit of character class changes and stuff like that, especially for the two that I play. Apparently, Paladin is going to get some new play style stuff that I need to figure out, and of course Summoner is a complete overhaul, which Torchwick doesn't like, but
yeah, he's not a fan.
I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna work
Same
better.
here.
I hated the dots. So and the fact that I felt like a freaking Pokemon master rather than an actual summoner. So, that's gonna be fun.
Jason, I know you don't play, but did you have some thoughts?
I didn't look up a whole lot of like details and so forth, so I really didn't watch your silly little thing or whatever.
Wait, hold on. What did you mean certainly didn't watch? Like, there's no way I would be caught dead watching the Relic grind, Mike.
There was
Like,
a crappy football game on.
I certainly didn't watch your
Crappy football game
podcast.
Actually, no, that was on after, but still. I was busy.
Yeah, I'm even before Thursday night football, man. Come on.
But what I am seeing, and granted, these are all like media outlets. We got their little previews, so they're going to be generally positive. But man, everybody's saying it's great. Endwalker is great. Like all the stuff I'm seeing says that.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks exciting. I mean,
yeah, and we kind of said that about all the classes, but particularly tanks for one reason. But we kind of went, you know what? Like, it doesn't obviously it might play different when we get there, but everything we're seeing, it's like everybody is in a good place or getting into a better place. Nobody looks to be getting. We were hard pressed on the show to find a class that was getting the short end. And there are abilities here and there that you can argue might not be, great or on par with other things, but it was really tough to look at the class stuff and go, who's the odd one out this time?
right.
Yeah. So all in all, we'll see. I mean, we're a little over a month away. Of course, we'll be streaming it here and on MMO Bomb when it comes out. We're actually going to do our Final Fantasy first look video for MMO Bomb when Endwalker comes out. So we'll have all of that.
A couple things I did see too, was interesting is in terms of number, they said that it had 24 million players now, or active, not active, but 24 million total accounts. And also now it is the most profitable Final Fantasy game in history, which 11 used to be, if I recall.
Yeah, so and we led the show with that. You would know that if you watched.
I was going to say, they talked about that.
But yeah, you're right. Like 11 was the most profitable forever. And we've known for a while that 14 makes the most money currently.
Sure.
And has for a while. But it finally clicked over. It was an inevitability, right? It finally clicked over and became the most profitable, which is saying quite a bit, Yod, considering that version 1 was an absolute failure. So you have to recoup all of that before you even start to recoup the development of 2.0.
Yeah, because I mean, they paid people back, didn't they? I don't remember if they actually did that or not. If they refunded people, but it was free.
It was free. Yeah, they made it free to play.
I remember it was free because it was free until it's good. And I mean, that same team is still behind the game, and the fact that this team listens to their player base, improves stuff that needs improving, switches some stuff up for quality of life. And the fact that Endwalker seems to be one of the larger expansions, main storyline wise, coming out in since Realm Reborn, makes it a pretty exciting game expansion to come out. And I am actually excited that it does come out soon, and that Destiny 2's Witch Queen got pushed back to February because, I have time to play.
You have time. Now you have time. You can avoid Jason's pet peeve of, man, I got a backlog. I think
we're frozen on Twitch again.
No, you're fine.
I'm not. No.
Yeah, you're fine. No,
we're not. Yeah.
Believe me, I'm monitoring the hell out of Discord right now.
My app.
Yeah, it's your app.
You just got to move around a little more. I actually wondered about you for a second, y'all. You're just
okay. So there we go. Some thoughts. Okay. If you want some more, go check out the Relic grind. Kronos, Tarkov,
and I like
break it down. Yeah,
Hey, Tarkov's gunning for your position.
Certainly wouldn't watch that. The word certainly. Jesus, Jason. God, you hurt me. You cut me deep, friendo. You cut me deep. This is a little bit of a comeback. So a while ago, you gentlemen probably remember this. All of a sudden, like G4 TV, started coming back on Twitter, and they're trying to set up some streaming stuff on Twitch, and they put out an all call for like, hey, do you want to be a host? I did enter for that. I did submit a video. I thought my video was funny. It is private on YouTube. If there's enough comments that want to make it public, let me know. I'll make it public. And then all of a sudden, like, you kind of realized, oh yeah, regular people who are actually good at this type of stuff aren't getting, no, No. So they went ahead and hired wrestlers and stuff that were fans of G4 and could cross promote with big audiences and things. And understandable. I can't fault them for that. But don't hold a fucking contest if you're just going to bring in WWE wrestlers, right? That just seems kind of silly.
Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
All right, good. Now we.
So yeah,
All right.
I once they did the contest, whatever.
We didn't have to hear about your failure. It's okay.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my. They brought in WWE wrestlers, so it's like, why even hold a contest? You just go ask them. They certainly would do it. Anyway, they're actually coming back now as a TV network. They're actually going to come back as a TV network. Yeah. And I don't know how I feel about this. So it's going to be on November 16th. So far, it's confirmed to be on Xfinity, which is Comcast, Verizon, Fios, Cox, and Filio. And then they're still going to stream on Twitch and do all that stuff because they have contractual arrangements to have to do that. So they're still going to stick with the streaming stuff too. But bringing it back to TV, Jason, what do we think about this?
I think I don't give a damn.
Were you into G4? Did you watch
I
G4
watched
back in the
quite
day?
a lot. And in fact, I actually was, as you came, I looked through my photos. I found just a random photo I'd taken in my apartment in Duluth, or not in Duluth, but in Texas. When I was, I just took a photo of my dinner, and there was G4 on the TV. I just remember having that picture. It's from 2010.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I used to watch it all the time, and now I don't care that much about TV, and certainly don't care much about getting gaming news from a TV.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit weird. It's definitely a bit weird.
Yeah, that's the odd part to me is that it's on network TV where most gamers aren't watching anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people are, a lot of the people that are gamers tend to be more tech savvy, and we tend to watch things on streaming services as opposed to live TV. I mean, I cut the cord on cable and haven't had live TV for like 5-6 years at this point.
Yeah.
So, more. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Like, Jason, it made sense that they were coming back as on Twitch or YouTube.
Sure.
One, the overhead goes way down, right? The overhead goes way down.
The overhead.
Yeah. It goes way down, and maybe you can, do some stuff. If you don't game on PC, fine, but you're usually watching YouTube and gaming streams and shit like that on your phones and stuff anyway. But I loved it back in the day as a TV channel. I honestly did. Like, I watched X Play all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Attack of the Show.
Attack of the Show. Attack of the Show was one that came in waves for me. Like, initially liked it, then hated a bunch of the hosts, and so stopped watching it, and then liked some of the hosts and got back into it. And then it got really... The Kevin Pereira, Olivia Munn era was really, really fucking bizarre. Sometimes. Like, I just remember Kevin Pereira, like, putting a bunch of hot dogs in Olivia Munn's mouth, and that era got weird for me.
All right, I don't remember that one.
I mean, I was in college at the time. A lot.
So it was right up your alley then at that time. That was right up your alley at that time then.
Right up, yeah, right up our alley. So
I'm with you though. I don't think I have an interest in this anymore. Honestly, I knew they were coming back. I applied for their random competition, and I have not watched anything that they have streamed. And that's not to impugn them or anything in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to impugn them, but I just haven't watched anything that they've streamed. I just don't know if I have any interest. And Discord is absolutely freaking me out right now. So we're going to do a reboot of Discord real quick. Because after I rebooted, it held for quite some time. So let's see if we can't get the hosts back here.
Did volunteer
without having to freeze and unfreeze them. There we go.
I mean, Mike could just do the show by himself.
Yeah, there we go. Right? There we go. So I just don't know. I don't know. I wish them well. I mean, I really do. I think having a TV channel dedicated to gaming is cool, but honestly, I'd probably just put it on for E3 at the moment,
Right.
and maybe that would be it.
20 years ago, a TV channel devoted to gaming was cool. It's not anymore.
No, TV.
It just isn't.
Yeah, TV has just changed so much
Yeah.
since that time, and if they, I don't even know if they'd be able to switch to like a streaming service just for G4, because it just I don't think they'd have enough content for it.
Do you know why I watch Next Play? Because I can see people talk about a video game on a screen.
Right.
Yeah, and then it's
1,000 ways to do that now.
And then it just started getting weird. Like they just started pushing into like the comedy aspects. Oh, by the way, don't feel bad if you like Ninja Warrior. They still have that. They apparently still have the license for the Japanese version of Ninja Warrior. So
yeah, but you can
I
find
just
that
remember at one
well.
point that was all that was on that channel anymore. It's just
Oh,
Ninja Warrior.
Yeah,
Ninja Warrior, and then movies that don't suck, which 8 out of 10 times sucked. So
yeah, it's yeah.
Now Adam Sessler does tweet, bear in mind, content will also be live on Twitch as well. We're intending to make G4 TV as readily available to as many people as possible worldwide. Doesn't the streaming do that? Plus, there are even more distribution channels to be announced in the coming weeks. So, I mean, I wish them luck. I really do. But maybe that's more out of nostalgia than anything else. I swear to God, I'm going to burn Discord to the ground. There is nothing going on here except just Discord randomly freezing. Anyway, next topic.
Next topic.
Any of you checked out Back 4 Blood yet?
We got you. Hear you.
Yeah,
I'm here.
No, I haven't, because zombies are to me what Vikings are to you.
Oh, really?
I'm sick of them.
I did not know that.
I don't mind so much in movies. I've watched a couple of movies, like I've seen like Train to Busan, that and that, but even World War Z I thought wasn't too bad, but I don't want to see another game where it's just mindless hordes of zombies just shooting. It's just, that's nothing to me.
Were you into Left 4 Dead at all?
No.
Like
I've never been into.
Oh, so
zombies.
it's been it's not like it oversaturated for you. You've just never been into them.
Maybe like around when DayZ came out, I enjoyed watching it, or at least watching it. Now even I don't even like watching the games.
Yod?
I really don't have any friends playing it right now, so I've been kind of dove headlong back into Destiny 2 with their Halloween event, which started at the same time as that dropped. So, I mean, the things that I've seen of it looks cool.
You're good.
Okay.
See, the things you've seen have looked cool. Oh my God, Discord!
But yeah, I just not right now.
Not for you.
Not right
I
now.
literally
Not
am
right
at
now.
a total loss as for what is going on with Discord.
Yeah.
It is just fucking Discord. Unreal. I've never had that portion happen. Never had it just be doing this, like just absolutely bonkers back and forth. I did watch a little Back 4 Blood, and I also played a little Back.
I think he knows now what happens. He doesn't need a signal from us.
Oh yeah, I don't need any. No, I know exactly when it happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah. If you know what I mean, we could edit this in such a way while it's happening real time that in some cases chat wouldn't even know when it happened. If you two weren't laughing when I brought it back, the screen back up, they wouldn't even know. So anyway, I have played a little bit only because it was free on Game Pass.
Of course.
So yeah, I was able to jump into it a little bit. If you like Left 4 Dead, you're gonna like this. I mean, it's more Left 4 Dead with a lot of new enhancements and such. So have fun. Here's another zombie one for you though, Jason. Did you see this revealed?
This one I'll at least give credit. Like, look at the screenshots. It looks a little more modern and like big city stuff than just
oh my God,
to a little small American town. So maybe it's a little bit of a different feel, but
yeah. So we're talking about the day before. IGN did a game reveal, so I'm showing their footage here as we talk.
Yeah, the idea of the beginning of the zombie attack is always a lot of fun because things are still more plentiful and it's not as desolate.
Though I'm a little concerned of the description, which calls it an open world
Open
MMO
world
survival.
MMO survival. I knew you were going to be like, eyebrow
Yeah.
raise. Eyebrow raise.
Again.
That
The game is
caught
still fantastic.
yeah,
Great.
that caught my attention too.
And good, we all noticed it.
The June of next year is when this one releases. June of next year. So we've got a while for this one. But it's like, yeah, you watch it and you're like, well, that looks like Division 2.
Yeah, it does have kind of, yeah.
It definitely has a Division 2 kind of vibe to it at parts. And then there's people just sitting at a spa in hot tubs. Okay. Yep, Mad Martha, Chad is a little
She's just
behind
right
us,
there.
says kind of looks like the Division there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jason, I like zombies, and I'm with you at this point. I'm sick of zombie games, and I like zombies and zombies in horror movies and some zombie games, but I'm at the point where I'm just like, please stop. Please stop. Can we give this just a couple of years off? Just a couple of years off.
We can even skip the Vikings too if we want. That's fine. Throw both out the window, get something new out there.
Yeah. It's time for something.
Other between Nier and Horizon, now we've got machines.
But then it's just going to be pirates over and over, and we already had a mini pirates.
Yeah, it's pirates and ninjas. That's all that's left.
You know, I could go. Ooh, I want a new Tenchu game now that you said that.
That's right. Yeah, Tenchu.
I want a new Tenchu game now that you said that. Vampires and werewolves. Fuck werewolves, but I'm with you with the vampires. Chat. But werewolves, they can go to hell.
I kind of.
Why do you like? Wait, what? You kind of like werewolves? Why? Why do you like werewolves?
Eventually.
We're there. Why do you like werewolves?
I feel that vampires are a little overplayed, like you guys feel about the undead.
Yacht is Team Jacob.
He definitely is Team Jacob.
No, those movies can go burn in hell.
Metallica fan letting us know the original Blood Omen's available on GOG. I absolutely love the Legacy of Kain series. So if you haven't played it and you need a copy of it, yeah, head on over to GOG and get it. Good call out there. All right, now we get a little interesting. A little bit interesting.
Now we get interesting?
Yeah. Yeah, it's only halfway through the show. Don't worry about it. FIFA might not be FIFA anymore when it comes to the video game side of things and EA, because apparently the negotiations aren't going well. Previously, FIFA and the EA had a 10-year contract. That has been set to expire shortly, and they've been trying to negotiate for about 2 years now, Jason, but they're running out of time, and we might see the name FIFA actually just dropped from the soccer title. Now, they don't need that name to use likenesses and team names and stuff because they've got a bunch of supplemental contracts with players' unions and individual teams, but we're talking about like the branding, FIFA 2022, that type of stuff.
Yeah, fuck FIFA. The organization and the people involved in it.
Well, why are talks breaking down? What's going on? What's the stumbling block? It's just money, right? I mean, that's got to be the only thing they care about.
It's just $1 billion.
$1 billion. Now, they've had the contract for 10 years, so if they want $1 billion, what? They're going to re-up for another 10, right?
About 4.
What?
4 years.
So FIFA wants $250 million a year just to essentially have FIFA on the box.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how much is that to EA?
Not $250 million, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's $1 billion for a 4 year.
Not if you can have all the players and all the teams and so forth without it.
Right, you don't need it. I mean, they're doing that with the college ball already, right? It's not going to be called NCAA. It's just going to be called college football, and it's definitely going to sell. 100% it's going to sell. They've got naming rights for different teams and all that stuff. And the whole player likeness thing is different for that. But
the other thing though is you got to look at is there any other college football game out there right now? And how long has it been since?
Well, yeah,
the
we
last
haven't
college
had
football
any
game?
college football game
No,
Exactly.
in
So
a
people
long
are
time.
biting at they're chomping at the bit for it. There's other soccer games out there, aren't there?
No, there isn't. No,
Not
no,
anymore.
there isn't. No, there isn't.
Pro Evolution Soccer went ahead and shot itself in the forehead
Nope.
Okay.
There are
By
no other
bes-
games out there. None
by
at all.
becoming eFootball and going free to play, and it's just absolutely. It's just God. Just go look
Right,
at
we
it on
talked
Steam.
about this last time.
Yeah, just go look at it on Steam. I mean, so
Now-
that's
What was
that's
that,
the only
by the way?
one that could have
That-
It's up
competed.
to it's up to
competition.
11% positive. It's up to
11% positive. Good for them. They made double digits.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's their competition. Now they've also got to look at the previous game they made is also technically their competition because what's your incentive to upgrade to the next version?
That's every Madden game for
Exactly, but
years.
Madden still has NFL attached to it.
Yeah, but Madden has the team. This would be like if they couldn't call it NFL, but they still had the Dallas Cowboys in it and had Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
People would still buy that, even if it doesn't have National Football League on it. That's what we're talking.
I don't
for
know about that.
soccer. Oh, I think
that that branding does pull some weight.
yes. The
Do you think
Dallas
so?
Cowboy
Pull-
branding pulls
does
the
it
Do you
weight.
think
pull
so?
that
Do you think so
billion-dollar
though? Because
price tag?
Pro Evolution Soccer has never had the FIFA branding,
Yeah.
I think
and
it
it
does
and
pull
it
a bit of
absolutely
weight.
until all years besides this year aside
Remember
Has
Tecmo Bowl?
has
Bowl
absolutely
didn't have
been
an
a
NFL.
competitor for FIFA. Now, granted, FIFA makes bajillions of dollars. I'm not putting them in the same financial league, but Pro Evolution Soccer for years was a damn good title and was making headway in being competitive in that market,
Mhm.
and
But,
has
like-
never had the FIFA name.
But Jason did bring up Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl died horribly once Madden showed up with names.
Well, no, but with better gameplay, frankly.
Well, you're right. You had a better
Far
game
better
too at
gameplay.
that point.
That's
there isn't.
depending
There
on
is.
how you
There is
wanna
another
play.
thing
And it-
here. There's another little wrinkle that I do want to put in here so that we can talk about it. It's not. It's about money.
Oh, it's
But
totally about money.
FIFA also has a bit of a complaint with the way the previous FIFA games have been monetized, Jason, and they don't necessarily want to roll with EA on this front anymore.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Sorry. I missed that part of the article.
Yeah, I'm lost too. Explain, Mike.
Yes, go ahead and explain, Mike.
Oh, my co-hosts are just the best.
At least we're still. At least we stay connected to Discord. All
This
the
is
time.
true. This is true.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's not a problem of connection. I stay connected. I stay green connected. Everything just freezes. Everything just freezes for some reason. Yeah, so they're not exactly, and they're kind of being very vague about this. We have to just kind of assume that what they're talking about is loot boxes. Because according to this report from the New York Times, the rebranding hinges specifically on FIFA asking for $1 billion for every 4 years, and would also reportedly include limitations on the way EA could monetize the game outside of its initial sale. So the only way it's monetized outside of its
here's where we
initial
get
sale
into it.
is through the ultimate teams and the loot
Right.
box mentality.
That's where the real money is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right. EA
Okay, yeah.
loves their monetization.
FIFA probably wants a cut of that or something.
I would imagine that that's what
Probably.
it is. I can't
Yeah,
think.
They ain't getting it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's like them being altruistic or anything. I'm with you, Jason, that it's like, hey, we're getting killed on that back end that you aren't giving us a cut of.
Yeah, that's
New York
what it
Times
comes
has
down
talked to multiple people close to the negotiations, and it may fall through. It may. There's a very real chance that the next one just isn't named FIFA. And you know what? I don't think EA cares at this point.
I don't think EA cares either, but I think it might hurt their bottom line a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit, not $250 million a bit though, plus
Yeah.
whatever from loot boxes.
Yeah, and I think that's what you have to do, Yad. I don't disagree with you necessarily that losing the name FIFA may potentially cost you sales, but does it cost you at least $250 million in sales a year? Probably
it also depends
not.
on if losing that deal pisses FIFA off enough for them to make a deal with another company.
Well, who you can make it with
actually
right
have a
now?
rival.
You certainly don't want to put your name on eFootball, and
No,
not anytime soon.
I'm not talking about eFootball. that's just right out of there. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about just a completely other company that's making sports games.
But then the clubs and the players would also have to be part of that. So yeah, FIFA
It's
itself
It's
has
very
that.
weird.
I'm
It's
sure
going to be
they
fun
have
to
some
watch.
kind of poll there.
It'll be fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of loot boxes, Jason, there maybe won't be any in Overwatch 2, kind of, if you're not exactly sure if a rating applies to a game or a trailer, or what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, so there was a trailer for Overwatch 2 shown in German, and it had a rating of 12 and up. And in Germany, if you have loot boxes in your game, you're automatically rated 16 and up. So is it a case of that's like a rating that they're going to possibly apply to the game, or is it just a rating for that trailer? Which I think it's got. After initially looking at this, I think it's got to be the latter, because the game would not have been submitted for rating yet. So
Right, and you can't go. I think there's a requirement at Gamescom that anything they show has to have a rating.
sure.
Yeah,
and that
it's gotta be
just
the trailer.
that just wrapped up. But Reddit
That's-
kind of went nuts with it and
Of
was like,
course.
"Wait a minute," and didn't think. And who knows, right? Maybe
Yeah,
it is
I
a
wouldn't
rating for
rule
the
it out.
game.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Here's the thing: I wouldn't put any stock in this particular, but I would put stock in. There's a strong consideration of no loot boxes in Overwatch 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just makes sense given the current climate, and with Blizzard's own personal current climate, why they might be wanting to at least explore things in other directions. Although
Blizzard exploring.
we do
things?
know that they are not doing as well as they have in the past financially, and Activision might be like, put those loot boxes in, Jason, because that's what makes money in Overwatch 1. You're definitely doing it in Overwatch 2.
Maybe.
Maybe. Will they take them out, or will they? We don't know yet. But what we do know is being taken out of a game is, I find this fascinating. John Gruden, coach of the Raiders in the National Football League here in the United States, well, I should say former coach, is being removed from Madden NFL 2022, and he will be replaced with a generic likeness. If you don't watch or are not interested in football here in the United States, that's the egg-shaped one that you kick and you throw.
You don't
But
kick
you
it that
carry
often.
it in your
yeah.
hands.
Yeah, you don't kick it that often, so
No.
we're not even sure why it's called football, gang. Don't ask us. Don't ask us. It's hand egg is more appropriate.
It is hand egg.
It is hand egg. So, yeah, John Gruden had some emails made public this week, or I think last week actually, that were from the past, years ago in the past, but were less than complimentary. In fact, downright insulting,
Don't
with
say.
ethnic and insulting language to BIPOC individuals that were in charge of certain parts of the NFL at the time, and referencing features of their face. And yeah, I mean, it was not good. And he has since resigned, which is the right call to make. I am not one of those people that believes, you need to be punished for the rest of your life for something stupid that you do. I do believe somebody can grow and change.
Right.
However, you just don't need to be in a position of power while you are doing your own personal growing and changing. So, absolutely, I think he should be leaving the organization, and he is. Madden is going to go ahead and take him out of the game. And, Jason, this is just a wonder of the current digital age, right?
Hey,
You
you
used
used
to-
to Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, you couldn't do that. Damn it, you beat me. Shit! You beat me. I was going to say the same thing.
Don't say my name first, man. But I want to say they did the same thing with Aaron Hernandez of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Patriots guy isn't part of the coaches association.
That too, yeah.
So
But not because he murdered
doesn't-
somebody.
No.
Right. Yeah, it's
No,
totally.
he's just not a part of
totally
the
different.
association, which is who they have to deal with, who they pay money to. So he's not in it. If
Tarkoth in chat. EA Sports. He's out of the game.
yes.
You did forget to put the sports there, but I added it for you because
Yes.
as soon as I read it, I heard it in my head.
Right.
EA Sports. He's out of the game.
Yes. But yeah.
Just to be clear here, the term football was officially established in the rulebook for the 1876 college football season when the sport first shifted from soccer-style rules to rugby-style rules.
So shouldn't it be rugby?
Rug ball.
Yeah,
It could have
rug
easily
ball.
been called rugby at this point, but
It's-
Harvard, one of the primary proponents of the rugby-style game, compromised and did not request the name of the sport to be changed to rugby. So blame Harvard.
So Harvard, one of the smartest institutions on the planet, was like, hey, what's the name of that really popular sport everywhere but here?
Right.
It was 1876. It wasn't popular everywhere.
That's called football. Okay, let's call this football. Let's call this football.
Yes, it's a branding thing.
It's a branding thing.
They had to be different.
I like today's show. I like today's show.
Football and
so
burritos.
Gruden will be out in the coming weeks. Gruden will be out in the coming weeks. Percy,
also
thank you.
out-
Greetings from Brazil, where they actually play football. Football. Welcome to Ready Check Radio. Greetings from Brazil. You like the Batman trailer. Speaking of out, we're going to take a look here at Nickelodeon Brawl. Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit. Just talked about this a little bit. But they're coming up on their first big tournament. Their first big tournament. They've already had a couple smaller ones, just kind of because it's a brand new game. Let's test the waters and stuff like that. But they have their first big tournament coming up. Okay, it's the All-Star Brawl Game Mill Entertainment. 10,000 for the game's prize pool, bracket of almost 200 players strong, etc., etc. This game's been out for a week and a half, and they are already banning a character from the tournament. Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The pizza-eating, nunchuck-wielding, orange bandana-wearing Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
But why?
Yes.
Tell us why, Mike.
Well, there's two reasons. One really big reason, but there's a supplemental reason. So we've got a video here that I'm showing you by a Monarch on YouTube, and you can kind of stall out the entire match by doing one of his spinning moves, and you can cancel out of that with a jump, even if he's out of jumps, even if you've already done your double jump and you're out. So you could infinitely stall a match. That's not a huge deal, though, gang, because the tournament does have a general rule set that already says you can't intentionally delay or prolong a match.
Right.
So although this is kind of neat to mess with and will probably be fixed, not a huge impact on the tournament. What's a little bit bigger is that Michelangelo has basically the ability to take you from alive to dead like that. For you Smash players, the term is old. The old 0 to death combo. Michelangelo's got one. Again, Monarch from YouTube here. I'm showing you a number of players. You can chain together a couple shielding strikes, immediately throw the opponent back into the air before they hit the ground, and repeat that ad nauseum, dealing a tremendous amount of damage. So if you're I couldn't do it, right? But if you are a serious Smash or Nick Brawl player, you can pull this off, and you basically go from 0 to dead very, very quickly. Kind of broken. And you know what, gang? I'm not the first one, the jumping thing. I could kind of see maybe missing that in the programming, and you're like, shit, we got to fix that. That shouldn't behave that way. I don't know how this type of thing, if you're really, really into balance, how this one sneaks out into launch. This seems like a pretty big oversight.
It might, but
Game development is hard. Don't get me wrong.
Having played a lot of fighting games in the past and not being the best at them, um, and having seen some amazing players in fighting games, it seems like it's a move that you can do, but there should be a way to stop it. Um, and I don't, I personally, I don't think it's a problem with the character itself, because like way back when Street Fighter 2 first released, um, my family took a vacation to Vegas, and there was the mass.
This was back when you drew the things, right? You
Played it
drew
before.
This
Put
was
his
back
quarter
when you
down.
drew the characters.
What?
Way back in those days when you drew the characters out on paper.
Right. You drew the characters out on paper. But my brother put his.
Oh, fucking Discord. You were doing so good, Discord. You were doing so good, Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a guy there playing Ken who was beating everybody. He was amazing at him. The blonde ponytail guy with.
Oh.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Just ignore him.
Just making sure, because some of our fans might be a little younger. But my brother chooses Chun-Li and uses one button. He has never played this game before. He uses one button and kicks the crap out of this guy.
That's impressive.
So I mean, talking about broken, but you never banned Chun-Li from Street Fighter 2 tournaments. You just have to watch out for that move.
Well, and Tarkot saying not being a part of fighting game community, but don't players usually find a lot of unintended combos that developers didn't think of? No doubt. But this isn't, to me, this isn't that. This is literally chaining together the same shield strike. It's the same thing. It's not a wild, crazy ass combo. Now, your movement has to be on point to be able to do this and be effective at it, but it's using his shielding strikes, which is a light attack in the air, and then throwing the opponent back into the air. So it's, yes, while there can be crazy combos that are discovered later, and maybe it just slips by, but Jason, to me, it still kind of feels like we talked about this behind the scenes before, that Nick really wanted in on this genre and might have done it a little on the cheap side. I mean, there's no voice acting and stuff like that.
I think it's great. They only have one broken character.
Just one.
Well done.
I'm sure we won't find any more.
See, I'm still of the opinion it's not broken.
The people who made the game are getting ready to hold their first biggest tournament. They went back, they talked to the developers about what was going on. They decided to ban the character because they weren't going to be able to fix it in time for the tournament and that it needed fixed. And Yod's like, nope, not broken.
No, I don't think it's broken.
Not broken. Hey, if you wanted the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, that pricing has now been revealed. Keep in mind that the current basic tier is $19.99 and the family tier is $35, so $20 and $35. Now the 12-month membership, if you want the additional N64 games and the Sega Genesis games, is going to be $50 annually, or $80 for the family bundle. Now, for this first year, the Animal Crossing New Horizons DLC, which is $30 or $25 to buy when it comes out in November, will be included there. So, a little offset on the first year. But presumably, you're not going to get that offset every year. And there's a part of me on both sides of the fence on this one, Jason. I wonder where you feel on this one, because I pay for PlayStation Network. That's whatever, $60 a year. I pay for Xbox Gold, which is $50, $60 a year. I do have the family pack for this. So is $80 really that much of a, oh my God, that's a huge price increase? Because it is over double their current rates right now. But the other side of me goes, but I feel like I get my money's worth out of the PSN and out of the Xbox Gold passes. And I just feel like I don't on the Nintendo Switch. Like, even the rates I'm paying now, I'm kind of like, do I still need to do this? Because the network infrastructure isn't great. There's not a lot that I particularly play online. more I'm using it for the old NES and SNES stuff. So maybe for a little while. Oh, by the way, you're not going to be able to buy it in monthly or 3-month chunks anymore. You'll only be able to buy it in the 12-month chunk for the expansion pack offer. So they want to be on par with the packs that Sony and Microsoft do, but I don't think as a service they're there yet, at least in my personal would I shell out for this.
I think you need to go back to my Twitter thread. You don't need to buy all this crap. You got the other two already. You don't need this one. You don't need the fancy version of this one. So don't get it. There. Simple.
I don't think I'm going to. I mean, one, because but two, because I still have all of these games.
If you only had a Switch, if you loved Animal Crossing, then great. But if you got the other things and you got the PC and whatever, then don't. We're done. Yeah.
You could buy the controllers now, too.
This part bothers me.
They'll be
$50 for a 20-year-old controller.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's not completely a 20-year-old controller.
I know, but it's
USB-C port now.
Shipping on the 25th, but if you currently have the Nintendo Online service, you can go ahead and order them now. I mean, they already had the pre-order up and everything. But
it is a little pricey, though.
There's a Metroid Dread bug, by the way, that Nintendo's fixing. This is such an odd game-breaking bug and happens, exactly where you would want bugs like this to happen, towards the end of the game. Like, really, really close to the end of the game. That's exactly where you want bugs like this to be. Anytime you can get this type of bug at the end of a game, you're doing good bugs. Good bugs. It's actually really close to the end, and it's very specific. You have to be headed to a specific door that has a map marker on that door, and you destroy it with Samus's cannon. That could trigger the bug and force quit your game. Now, you don't have to restart the entire journey, but you do have to boot up again, go back in, take the map marker off the door, destroy the door, and keep going. It's a very weird bug. They're fixing it. But yeah, don't put the map marker over that last door.
I don't think it's a bug. I think it's intentional. It was put in by the developers after they were going to get their credits in the game.
And just one last thing that I brought, just in case you wanted to spend some goofy money on stuff, since we're talking about goofy controllers and things. The Xbox mini refrigerator is a reality. The voting happened. It was a success. Pre-orders begin on the 19th for $99.99. Now you can Xbox and chill, as The Verge says. Here is the mini fridge. It holds inside it 12 cans of your favorite beverage and then has 2 little door trays for your snacks. This is one of those stupid things, Yod, though, that I'm like, that is really dumb. God, that looks neat.
It does look neat.
Yeah, right?
I don't even like Xbox.
I don't like Xbox either, but it does look neat. My question
I was just playing mine yesterday.
In those images, it's not plugged in, obviously.
Right.
But in the promo image, there's like this awe-inspiring green glow from it. Yeah. Do you get that when you plug it in? Because if you don't, I'm going to feel gypped.
So it has a USB at the front to charge devices and comes with a DC power adapter so that it can be portable if you want it to be portable. So they defeated Skittles in the Twitter poll, which I voted in, and here we go. We're getting our fridge.
And does the little symbol on the top glow when you plug it in?
You just want it all to go. I mean, you just LED the shit out of it.
It's an Xbox fridge.
If it fails, does it get like a little red ring?
Good call.
When it goes
little throwback. Little throwback to you 360 owners. Yeah, it's I voted for them in the Twitter poll and everything, and I was like, I'm not buying that. But I have to see that become a thing. And now I'm like, God, that looks cool. Do I really need something that's going to hold a 12-pack of Coke? Right? I mean, I have a refrigerator upstairs. I have a bigger dorm refrigerator down in the basement with the pool table and everything. I don't need this. But God, does it look cool?
More snacks. You can stick more stuff.
More snacks. More snacks.
Some cheese. I don't know.
Last thing before we head on over to our games of the week, Yod wanted to bring a couple movie things. One of them we were talking about before the show, so we'll skip that. But what do you got, Yod? What do you want us to know about?
Well, the first look trailer for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City
Yeah, it
has
looks
dropped.
pretty dope. I love it.
It does look interesting. I think some of the CG needs a little more polish. Like they didn't hit the final render quite yet. The dog looks decent, but like that's the one that it's got a little bit of uncanny valley feel for me in it, because the original dogs from the original Mila Jovovich one, they put a dog in a suit and CG'd over it, which that is always the best way to do things, because you get that real world feel. This one I believe is all CGI, and it's gonna give it that slight bit of not quite right unless they just haven't finished final rendering it yet, which they
so
could.
if in case you couldn't tell in my voice, when I said this is pretty dope, I was being sarcastic. While I like the story aspect that they're going to be exploring here, just because I like all that
Right.
stuff from Resident Evil 1 and stuff.
Right.
Yod is dead on. It looks like they were saving money galore.
Yeah.
Like, we want to do this. And just a quick browse through, if you go check out the trailer on YouTube, just a quick browse through comments. It's pretty much the entire internet's feeling on it. I do like this one from Nick930 with 12,000 upvotes on the trailer, the number one comment. This is so faithful to the original material that they even recreated the cheesy acting and 1990s visual effects.
Yeah, that's great.
I refuse to believe that someone decided what's going on needed an epic trailer remix. That's ZC. And then John Perkins says, this makes Paul Anderson's film look like a masterpiece, Jason. I'm going to watch it.
It's just more zombies. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it too.
I'm going to watch it.
I mean, I watched a Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah, you did.
That was bad.
Yeah, you did. Let's slide over and finish up, gents, with Games of the Week. Havoc wants me to buy the Xbox mini fridge and give it to him. Welcome to Games of the Week. Almost forgot what we were doing. This is the segment of the show where we finish everything off, and each of the three of us gives you a game recommendation. Could be a board game, video game, whatever we feel like talking about. Something we're playing now, something we played in the past, and we think you should check it out. Each of us is going to give you one, and in the comments below, you tell us which one you think made the best recommendation and wins for the week. I'm going to go first because I think I'm guaranteed to lose this week. I'm going to give it to NHL 22, EA Sports. I was playing it last night on my Xbox X and absolutely loved it. But I'm a huge hockey nut. So, yeah, I'm going to give it to NHL 22 and guaranteed I'll be taking the loss this week with that recommendation. Jason, you're up.
So, my first MMO love, Lord of the Rings Online, got a little news this week. Not good news because people are really still upset about legendary items and what a terrible system they've put in now for it. But I was looking through old screenshots and getting a little nostalgic for it. So that's going to be my game of the week. They also you have a lot of free quests you can pick up right now. Go look.
Oh, we were so close,
But,
Discord.
you know,
They're giving out free quests. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, but the advice is just play to like level 50 or so before you get into legendary items. Just enjoy it that much. After that, it just sucks.
He's not like, hey, just get to end game. The game gets so much better there. He's like, no, get halfway there and then just stop.
Yeah.
Get halfway there and then stop.
And I'm just even more upset thinking this week about us not getting that other Lord of the Rings game. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What do you got, Yod?
I'm going Resident Evil because we're talking Resident Evil movie. Classic shooter, zombies,
You going with PlayStation 1, original?
Yes. All the cheesiness.
Kicked it all off.
Yep.
I was almost a Jill sandwich.
Yep.
You were almost a Jill sandwich. Sorry, Barry says it to her. Be better if you, the master of unlocking, had this. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. All that cheese. And
All right, there you go.
A cheese
Resident
sandwich?
Evil, Lord of the Rings Online, and NHL 22. 3 shitty game recommendations for the week. Pick which one wins. Pick which one wins. Chat, don't go anywhere. After the show, we'll be going live with Torchwick, who will be streaming and hanging out with you. Torchwick, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. So you are aiming to try and finish Vagrant Story tonight. Try.
I say that like every time.
Every week you've been saying that. Yeah.
We're trying. We are. See, that's the thing. It's not a lie. We're trying. We've been trying very hard. I'm just not good at this game.
Well, you are almost there. Like, we do know you are a zone and a half basically away. It's just how fast do you get through those?
Exactly.
So, chat, hang tight. We'll reset everything after the show here. Go dead for about 15 seconds. Bring it back up with Torchwick. We'll be back next Saturday with an episode of Gaming Gumbo, wrapping up the week. Hopefully, Discord will have fixed itself
Now it's
by
Twitch,
then.
I think, that's actually screwing you.
You're
No.
roboting there.
No, it's still Discord. Discord all of a sudden
Just
is now
wrap it up.
flashing from green to red.
You're good
It's
enough.
fun.
Wrap it up. Get out of here.
It's fun. It's fun. Until next week, where can everybody find you, Yad?
I said me because I didn't hear. But yeah, find me on Twitter.
No, Yad.
It's
No,
me.
it's fine.
What-
Okay. God, go.
Yad.
What's first? It's
You,
me.
Yad.
Okay.
God.
Yacht Artworks, Twitter and Facebook. And here on Gaming Gumbo.
Jason.
Find me on Twitter. Winter Formal Stream at twitch.tv/Jason Winter.
I'm Mike Byrne. Follow me at Magic Man 1. But more importantly, follow at RC Radio, RAIDEO, so we can tweet at you every time we go live with a podcast or a stream. Until next time, guys, stay safe. We'll see you on the servers. Later.